Hi, I'm Levy, your friendly neighborhood Chibi Leviathan, and I'll be recapping Session 6 of Part 2 of the Royal Explorers Society, The Ruins of Val Shaheim. We left our intrepid heroes with Ed in the little bunker he had built for safety from Adam and all of the controlled automata. We decide that we're going to spend some of this time exploring the way tunnels, while others of us are going to rest and make sure that their new augmentations aren't too much of a hindrance. So Stug spends time working on different builds, on figuring out how the technology there works, on working with Ed to make the plan to get into the radio tower or disable Adam, to follow the subway lines on the map that we have, which we take with us when we do go. They do rest there, because many of our party are weary and rested, but Maeve, and I believe it was Mittens and Beauregard that went out to scout. We simply went along and we found the direction that we needed to go to get to essentially a central hub so that we could make our way to the radio tower or to Adam. We found an abandoned railway car there, and thankfully our scouting was successful. We didn't run into any creatures or obstacles that would hinder us, and so we kept that route tracked. We spent the night back in the bunker with Ed, each of us taking watch and noticing strange movement outside, many of the automata continuing to search around, and also some flying bigger automata we had not seen yet that seemed like they might be a threat but didn't linger upon us or scan us in any kind of way. In the morning, we took some time to reconfigure the Arkstone that we had with us. I took one off of my sword and put it on my shield. Sug did the same to a few of his, and we set out on the path, leaving the good doctor, leaving the captain, and leaving John Darling behind. We took Aladdin with us, not only because it was a sailor fun to take along, but because in this particular session we had an additional player manning Aladdin. A guest player, we'll say. We traveled down the subway lines to the abandoned rail car and began trying to open the door of it to get inside. Of course, we chose our strongest companions to try to open it, both Dirk and Aladdin. And instead of trying to pull the doors open, they decided to try and bash them in unsuccessfully. My character then moved them aside, and Maeve successfully pulled the doors open, even though they were slightly damaged from the two crystallized people punching them with their magic fists. And somehow in all of this, it seems the commotion we caused attracted creatures from above, skittering down upon the ceiling, dropping down to attack us, and we all began in a pitched battle, fighting off these large creatures trying to destroy us. We fought valiantly and left off there in the midst of this combat fighting for our lives.